Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bulldog Weekly Season 8, Episode 2. I'm Sienna.
And I'm Dylan. In this week's episode, we'll take a look at an interview with the field hockey captains, a music talk with Ezra, and a book discussion with Katie.
Gotta love it. But before we get to that, here's Mr. Devoll and Mr. Carrig with the week ahead of school and sports. Take it away.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Rundown. Today is Sunday, October 6th. We are approaching a 5-day of school week with very few interruptions, no delayed starts, no early releases, no days off, so a consistent week ahead. We're going to take a look at our Bulldog block opportunities during the week. Monday's October 7th, and it's a day 4. All students will be meeting with their mentors during this block to kind of plan the week, what needs to be done. We're past the midpoint of term 1, so we're really starting to drill down and see how are our grades, what do we have to turn in, what's due. Tuesday is the 8th, it's day 5. During Bulldog Block, we have a Tin Whistle Club that will meet. The Montserrat School of Art will be here on campus for interested art students. And then our social media team will have a meeting to kind of plan the upcoming month of our social media footprint. Wednesday is October 9th. It's day 6 in our calendar. WPI is going to be here. Worcester Polytechnic is here for interested juniors and seniors. Music Appreciation Club will also meet. Thursday's the 10th. It's day 7. We've got quite a few things happening. We've got the Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, which is one of our popular schools students apply to. St. Anselm's is also going to be here, as well as the University of Vermont. So those are 3 pretty important opportunities for students that are interested in those colleges. We also have a board game club that meets in Miss Foster's room. Friday, October 8th, day 8 in our calendar. We have yoga. We have Magic the Gathering happening. We have Johnson & Wales here as well. So lots of a blend of clubs and a blend of college opportunities for kids during the Bulldog Block this week. That's it. I think I'm throwing this over to Mr. Carrig.
What's up, Bulldog Nation? It's big mid-season, early October power ranking season, so lots to discuss in our athletic program. A really great start by our fall teams, continuing into mid-season, getting ready for postseason form in some cases. Hard not to talk about last week's victory at Dartmouth, a 9-minute and 5-second drive by Gavin Martin and the boys to score with 5 seconds left in the game and beat Dartmouth 28-22. A huge win up 2 divisions and launching the football team into a number 4 power ranking in the state for Division 5 football, which is just an incredible place to be. A big game tonight at home with Medfield. Get your tickets online at GoFan and do come out and support the team. Got to move through this one before we go on the road, and we'll return back for homecoming on the 25th. So mark your calendars for that. And do come out and be a part of our homecoming celebrations. Build the Nation is also coming your way. Look out for more information on that. That will be culminating on homecoming weekend as well. So a couple big look-aheads to homecoming with our homecoming football game, a great community event, as well as our Build the Nation fundraiser for all of our sports teams. A good thing to put on our calendars and start looking for now. Golf remains perfect, 13-0. They're down the street at Allendale against Bishop Stang today, Friday, for a non-league matchup in Stableford format. Hopefully we can remain perfect and take on a local foe in Bishop Stang and beat them again for a second time this year, which would be a wonderful accomplishment. Field hockey is remaining over or right at the 500 mark with a loss yesterday to Somerset Berkeley at home. They're 3-3-4 with a 31 ranking. Inching just inside that top 32 for tournament contention, hoping to remain there on power ranking and record. Volleyball, 9-2. Huge match tonight down in Swansea at Joseph Case. And a big one next Wednesday at home with Dennis Yarmouth avenging a loss down there. Hopefully one of the 2 losses they've suffered this season. Hopefully we can take care of them at home and improve on a number 7 in the state Division III power rankings. Boys soccer is 7-2-1, riding a 6-game win streak. That's good enough for a number 12 seed. They are at Bridgewater Raynham tonight under the lights up there. And a big one at home on Monday against Dighton Rehoboth with South Coast Conference Blue Division title implications in hand. So if you're available Monday night at 6 p.m. under the lights out here at David Hagan Stadium, you'll want to be a part of that. Girls soccer riding a 3-game win streak is 9-2-1, good enough for a number 13 record in Division III play statewide. They have a little break here, but they will be at Dighton Rehoboth on Wednesday next week when they resume play. Cross country, bye week for them. A non-league race fell through. Boys still remaining at 1-2, girls at 3-0, and still in control. Both teams still in control of that South Coast Conference title. And the big news, our unified basketball team continues their incredible unbeaten streak, extending from 9-0 last year, the perfect season. They opened at Bourne last week with a big win over the Canalmen. They are 1-0 on the season. They'll head to Apponequet next Wednesday for their last road game of the year. And again, 10-18, that big home opener here against Dighton Rehoboth. So lots to look forward to. Look out for Build the Nation information coming your way. Help us be the outstanding athletic program we are every year with your donations to our kids and our teams who will be out fundraising in full effect. Circle that homecoming weekend, the 25th and 26th. And as usual, go Bulldogs.
Thanks for the informative update.
Now it's segment time. First up, we'll be talking with the field hockey team captains about their current season. Let's check it out.
Hello, I'm Sienna, and today we're going to be interviewing the girls field hockey captains. You guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Emerson.
I'm Hayden. I'm Elizabeth.
All right. So to start off, as captains, what is one thing you guys are looking forward to this season?
Making a tournament.
Yeah, definitely making the tournament.
Winning. Lots of winning.
And also having fun.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of team
course.
bonding.
All right. And then what is one thing you guys have learned over the course of your high school sports careers that has helped you grow as people?
I think for me, and it probably also speaks for them as well, but probably adaptability, like being able to adapt in different moments in tough times, especially in field hockey. We've gone through some rough patches, and I think being able to adapt and adjust can help the team overcome stuff.
I've also learned to become friends with people and be more outgoing and talk to everyone. I feel like that's also helped me, not just in field hockey, but in school and life.
Oh, that's really awesome.
I think leadership is really important because it helps bring everyone together as a team.
This sports season, what is an impact that each of you will want to have had on your team?
I would want to say us from captains to have an impact to future captains, and hopefully we set a precedent and a role model for people who are going to be captains in the future, or even just seniors or upperclassmen, and that we did a good job.
Also, going off of that, I think just positivity, hoping the team stays positive and not bringing each other down.
Yeah, I agree. I think being nice to everyone, being friendly to all, just really including everyone.
Cool. I love that. All right. Tell me your best field hockey memories.
Mine is when sophomore year, Sarah threw up on the middle of the Fairhaven turf.
I think mine would be just all of our team dinners because they bring us closer as a team and we get to have a lot of fun together outside of our field hockey.
I think mine would have to be either us going to Triton freshman year or when Tessa, a really close friend of mine, broke her nose during our Halloween practice. Sorry, Tessa.
How are you guys feeling about this season?
I'm feeling really good right now. We're our practices, they're going good, and I think that we're starting to talk a lot better on the field, and I think we're starting to like move the ball better, and the ball's gonna get in that net.
I feel really good about it too. I just feel like at first, like with a welcoming, like, what is it, like 15 freshmen? Like,
Yeah,
something
17,
like that.
15.
Like coming from such a like big group of younger girls, and like we're just communicating a lot better than we were, and I just have a good feeling, and we're gonna win.
Yeah, I think we're growing a lot closer as a team. Yeah, everyone's getting along.
Lastly, is there anything or any messages you guys would like to say, like directly to your team? You can look in that camera.
Let's say, what do you want? 2, 3.
RTFTO.
I love that. All right, guys. Well, it's been a great interview. Good luck to you on your season, and that's it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Best of luck this season.
Up next, Ezra will be sharing his thoughts on some albums released this summer. Take it away, Ezra.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the first episode of Season 2 of Music Talk. It's been a long break and a big summer for music. Today I'll be running down some of the biggest albums of the summer of 2024 and telling you whether they're really worth the hype or not. Let's get started. To start, we can't talk about the albums of the summer without talking about Charli XCX's Brat. Charli XCX is an artist that had a few huge hits in the early 2010s with Boom, Clap, and Fancy, but then sacrificed her position as the next big thing to start making experimental, noisy club music with the help of producers A.G. Cook and the late, great Sophie. I've been a huge fan of Charli's renaissance for around 4 years now, and let me tell you, I am so happy that she is finally having her moment with Brat. Brat is loud, catchy, massive sounding, but it's also very vulnerable and honest. Really, my only complaint about Brat is that she has had so many albums even better than this one that have not been nearly as appreciated as this has. But when celebrities, companies, and even presidential campaigns are having a quote-unquote Brat summer, who am I to complain? Overall rating, 8 out of 10. Recommended if you want a new kind of pop music. Next, let's move to Sweden with Swedish rapper Blade's 30-track long Cold Visions. Now, I must admit, this came out in April 2024, but I never got to talk about it, so not really a summer album, but I had to talk about it because it is great. When the album Whole Lotta Red released in 2020, it changed the whole underground hip-hop scene by inventing a subgenre known as rage, with loud, buzzy synths and punk-inspired vocals. However, the problem for many years is that just about every single Rage song sounded the exact same. But when you have Blade on a track, that's never gonna happen. Blade turns one of the most aggressive genres, now spiritual somehow, doing just about everything he can over 30 tracks. It's a real love letter to his fans that have been listening throughout his musical journey. Overall rating, 8 out of 10. Recommended if you already know Blade or Rage music. Now, let's go back to the world of pop with the new Billie Eilish album, Hit Me Hard and Soft. Billie Eilish has been the icon of Gen Z alternative pop for about 6 years now, and she keeps getting better every year. While this album definitely isn't her most consistently strong album, the aquatic theming is absolutely fantastic. The highlights here are the smash hit Birds of a Feather, which is just perfect pop music, and my personal favorite, Chihiro, which is like house music made 1,000 feet underwater. Overall rating, 7 out of 10. Worth a listen if you just want a fun, diverse album to listen to.
Did you go down?
Finally, let's take it back to hip-hop with JPEG Mafia's I Laid Down My Life For You. JPEG Mafia has been making weird experimental hip-hop music for over 10 years at this point, and he's still finding new ways to innovate his sound. The thing about JPEG Mafia is that his music sounds extremely chaotic, abrasive, and aggressive, yet there's always a certain beauty in his production. JPEG Mafia is the type of man who would advocate for Limp Bizkit doing a collaboration with Enya, and that shows on this new album. Finding beauty in madness is how JPEG Mafia operates here, and it is an absolutely fantastic listen. Overall rating, 8 out of 10. Worth a listen if you want to hear hip-hop like never before. Well, that's all I have for today's segment. This summer was filled with great releases, and I hope I've helped you find something new to listen to today. With that being said, I'll see you next month on Music Talk.
What fun! Thank you, Ezra, for those great recommendations.
In our last segment for today, Katie will be sharing her thoughts on 3 books she read over the summer. Are they worth the read? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Katie, and welcome to Katie's Corner. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about 3 books that I've read in the last month that I wanted to share with you. Alright, the first book that I read is The Shadow in the Glass by J.J.A. Hardwood. This book is a fantasy novel centered around a young woman named Eliza. She meets an evil spirit inside of an old book and is granted 7 wishes, but if she uses all 7, it takes her soul. Soon she figures out that for every wish she uses, someone in her life dies. This kind and gentle girl is stuck from getting what she truly wants without harming others in the process. As she grapples with the consequences of her decisions, Eliza sets out on a journey of self-discovery. The narrative explores themes of identity, fate, revenge, and the impact that choices have on the future. It also shows that when given a certain amount of power, even the kindest people can become monsters. Things about this book that I liked include how it explored the difficulties that women faced during the Victorian ages. Women throughout the Victorian era were treated as secondary citizens to men in society, and they were also very restricted within their classes and were even more restricted in the workplace. Eliza faced a lot of difficulty due to this lack of power. And the book mixes fantasy, historical fiction, and psychological mystery, which I thought was a very unique combination of genres. Things about this book that I did not like were that the plot kind of dragged at times. The novel is a little over 400 pages long, and I thought it could have been around like 300. And it's advertised as a gothic twist on Cinderella, but I personally didn't find any crossovers other than the fact that she made like 7 wishes. I feel like that kind of a description could have led readers in the wrong direction. And the ending, which I will not spoil, was kind of disappointing for me. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The second book that I read is called The Way Back Home by Courtney Pepernow. This book explores themes of love, loss, and self-discovery. It follows a journey of healing as the protagonist navigates through the complexities of relationships and the challenges of finding your true self. It combines poetry and storytelling to capture the nuances of emotional struggle and the power of vulnerability. Ultimately, it's a story about embracing one's journey, learning to let go, and discovering hope in the process. Things that I liked about this book are, well, first of all, I'm a big fan of poetry, but I don't like all poetry. I'm kind of like particular about it. I feel like poetry involves a lot of self-reflection and emotion, and a lot about what the author writes reveals who they are and what they're passionate about. But that being said, I really did enjoy Pepernow's work. She tied together human expression and nature in a lot of her poems. Her writing was very inspiring and made me think deeper about different aspects of life and finding who you are. Especially with the stresses of college and finding a career coming up, I feel like this book helped me step back a little bit and look at the bigger picture. Things I disliked about this book are that the writing became slightly repetitive at times. I didn't like the self-help vibes of some of the poems. I felt like it was kind of preachy. So I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and would definitely like to look at more of her writings later on. Third book that I read is The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia in Star Wars and has since passed away in December of 2016. This book is a memoir that reflects on her experiences while filming the original Star Wars trilogy. Drawing from her personal diaries, Fisher shares insights into her life as a young actress, the pressures of fame, and her role as Princess Leia. The book also delves into the drama behind her relationship with co-star Harrison Ford, where she describes this time in her life with a mix of humor, vulnerability, and reflects on love and identity. Her wit shines through her writing as she shares the challenges of Hollywood and her own personal struggles, offering readers an up-close glimpse into her life and legacy. Things that I liked about this book are, as someone who's a big fan of Star Wars, it was really cool to be able to hear about the behind the scenes. She discussed what it was like to have so much fame at such a young age and how overwhelming her life became in such a short period of time. I really liked the portions of her diary she included when she was a young girl, which were poems and stories from that time. She's also really funny and wrote in a very conversational tone that made you feel like a person have a personal connection with her. And I disliked nothing about this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.
Wowza, that really got me in a literary mood.
Teachers and students, if you want something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo and social media channels for everything we film here at ORC TV. We film sports games, town meetings, school events, and much more.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Sienna.
And this is Bulldog Weekly.